Hello, everyone. This is another episode of a series. I don't know how long it's going to last. Of albums that I don't own. So this is, I guess you could call it part two of my series. This is essentially just a list of albums. I'm gonna do probably 10 per video for however long I do this. Of albums that I've never bought, that I've never had in my collection. So with that being said, let me just jump right into it. Again, no particular order. Number one, and this is a big one that I left off of my first list, that would be Rumors by Fleetwood Mac. I have never once owned this album. There's a deluxe edition that I would like to have that has a lot of acoustic versions on it, but I've never bought it. And again, it's one of those albums I know it, all over. I've heard it several times. Actually, I had burned a copy from a copy at my college library back in college, and that's the version that I listened to. But I've never owned a physical copy of Rumors by Fleetwood Mac. Next, the Skull and Roses live album by the Grateful Dead. I only own a couple of Grateful Dead albums as it is. I only own American Beauty and Working Man's Dead. Everything else, I don't own any of the box sets or anything, but Skull and Roses, I guess, is the biggest of all of the Grateful Dead live concerts that I don't own. So, yeah, Skull and Roses, it's one I like to have, and I know my friend JT has mentioned and suggested it as a kind of a kickstart into live Grateful Dead. So I might check it out. Next, U2, just really anything by U2. I have the U2 18 compilation. It's got The Saints Are Coming on it with Green Day, which is like the extra track, and I think I think there was another bonus track on there that's not on an album, but I have that compilation. But otherwise, I don't own any of U2's albums. I love U2. Um, you know, I've never bought Joshua Tree because most of those tracks are on this compilation. Um, I don't own War or October or Boy or Rattle and Hum. No Line on the Horizon. Just any of those albums I don't have. How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. I would love to start getting into U2, but I don't have any other stuff. So that's the third one. Next, another big live album that a lot of people have that I don't have, Live at the Fillmore by the Allman Brothers Band. This is one of those albums that I see all the time in videos, um, yet it's one that I have never owned. And actually, again, the Allman Brothers Band are another one of those bands. I have one of their greatest hits compilations. It kind of looks like it's denim. It's got a bunch of the hits on it, but you know, the Live at the Fillmore, it's supposed to be one of the greatest concerts ever. I've actually never even heard the album, and I know I'm probably giving a lot of people heart attacks listing off some of these records, but it's just one that I've never owned. So next, this might be a surprise to some folks. It's Harvest by Neil Young. Now, I have Harvest Moon. I have a couple other Neil Young albums. I'm not big on Neil Young. I mean, I like him. I like his stuff like Harvest and Harvest Moon, where it's more folky and acoustic based. But his heavy stuff with like Crazy Horse, I can't really fully get into that kind of Neil Young, because I know he's kind of like considered like the godfather of grunge, and I'm not a big grunge guy. So, um, I mean, and Harvest is one that you can buy, for less than $10 at any Barnes and Noble. I've just never picked it up, and yeah, no excuse for that. I love Needle on the Damage Done. Beautiful song. Next is Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen. Again, one of those huge albums that, you know, it's one that is so timeless that it's almost like a shock that I don't have it. Um, I'm kind of lacking in the Springsteen department. I've probably got 6 or 7 Springsteen albums. I know I've got Darkness on the Edge of Town. I have a few of his latter day ones like Wrecking Ball, Letter to You. Western Stars. I've also got Born in the USA, but I don't have Born to Run. So that's one I need to pick up. Next, Purple Rain by Prince. Again, Prince, I've never been big on Prince. And I know this album is huge and you see it everywhere, all sorts of reissues, and half those songs are played on the radio every day, every hour on adult contemporary channels. It's just never been one that I've been interested in getting. I don't deny Prince's talent, but it's just not an album that I'd ever really put my money toward. So no offense, Prince, God bless. Next, Queen. I don't have anything by Queen. I don't even have a greatest hits by Queen. I love Queen. My sister loves Queen. And actually, I have bought Queen, but I bought her a 2-disc greatest hits compilation a couple of years ago. I even love some of their deeper cuts, like "Good Company." That it's the Brian May song where it's kind of like on ukulele. It's very Beatle-esque. I love Roger Taylor's voice when he sings. Of course, Freddie. Their harmonies are tight. They've got those Baroque pop influences, a la the Beatles or Jeff Lynne and ELO. So I need to get Queen. Number 9 is Plastic Ono Band by John Lennon. I don't own any John Lennon solo albums, and I don't even own any John Lennon compilations. Out of the 4 Beatles, again, not to ruffle feathers, because I'm sure this will ruffle Beatles feathers, but out of the 4 Beatles, John is probably my 4th on the list. It's probably Paul, George, Ringo, John, and I just can't get into John as a solo artist. I've never fully listened to Plastic Ono Band. I've listened to a couple. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. Y'all tell me about Plastic Ono Band. It's just one that I've never picked up. Maybe it's because I'm always afraid of Yoko, and I'm always afraid she's going to make an appearance, and that just ruins it for me. And lastly is the album Hotel California by the Eagles. Again, this is another one of those where, that song is so burnt out to me. And I know it's kind of a concept album, and there are other tracks that I don't know on it. And actually, again, with the Eagles, all I own of the Eagles is the greatest hits. So, like, I don't own Desperado or their self-titled or One of These Nights. I do own Long Road Out of Eden. It was a gift, and I think I've only listened to it twice, and it was probably 10 years ago. So, anyway, what do y'all think? Am I crazy for not having some of these artists? Y'all tell me. I have another list that I've already made up that I'll probably film at some other point. I've got a couple of videos that I'm going to plan on recording here probably today. So y'all stay tuned, and I'll look forward to your comments. So take care.